Good morning, one and all. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Starting a little bit early, but I've just kicked the dog out because she was whinging, but turns out that she needed to go to the bathroom, so it's just me, you, and the rest of the market. So let me catch up with the chat, guys. So Mike Moorhead, good morning to you. Cal, you're early. I hope you traded HSDT. Wild spreads on it. The spreads are absolutely wild on it. But it's consolidating now. If it gets back over 10, over the VWAP, I might take another look. Palantir is probably the one that's moving right now. Great earnings report. Printed good earnings yesterday at Palantir. Palantir is the one that's moving up now. Morning, Stone Cold. Thank you for the thumbs up. Everybody might smash that thumbs up button. Remember to do that. Stone Cold was one of the first ones, so fair play to you, buddy. Good morning, Lisa. Trader 83, how are you doing in Malaysia? Are you permanently in Malaysia now? Or is it just vacation? Hey Eunice, how you doing, buddy? Range is not great on Palantir, but it just did do it at a 5-minute double bottom. So 5-minute double bottom and a good entry on this, back over the VWAP. A decent entry on this would have been about 1960, 1970. But it's a slow burn, and Palantir is always a slow burn. It does tend to trend very well, but it's a slow burner. So this will probably get $21, $22 today. It'll probably take all day to get there. That's the thing with Palantir. Once it trends well. Nice double bottom there around 1930, just over 1930. But the range is very, relatively speaking, it's relatively. It's like only 10 cents. Spreads are like next to nothing. They're a penny. So Palantir, after good earnings, probably will have a good day today. Look for that continuation. I'm not saying it will, and if you go long and it pulls back, don't sue me. It's just my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's not a stock pick. It's just my opinion based on my experience with Palantir over the years. Where's that session of not 15 minutes? It was 15 minutes ago, a minute ago. I'm sure it was. Yeah, well, absolutely. Not as much as Meta flew the other day. So look at this on the 15-minute. It finished yesterday 16.72. Then the earnings dropped and it moved up $3. Well, $2.50 to 19.20. A little bit of a pullback before it then continued on all the way up to just over $20. Like 2010, I think. Yeah, 2010 ish. Oh, actually, the high yesterday was 2004. 2010 was this morning. It gapped up to 2010 this morning. So Yeah, Palantir is looking strong. And probably $21, $22 is not out of reach on this one today, I think. It is a huge gap up. If you look at on the daily, where is the resistance? We're looking at 20, 30 for some resistance, but yeah, $21. You could get highs. $22 is probably the resistance level. 21.80s. Have a quick look at what the highs are. The all-time highs like $40 something. So we've got that to get to yet. So there's a long way to go before that happens. But yeah, Palantir looking strong. Yesterday's big mover, pre-market, CHEA was another big mover pre-market, but again selling off way below the VWAP. In fact, it looks better as a short than it does. It's hard to borrow, so probably not a good idea. Looks better as a short than it does as a long at the moment. And then HSDT. Underneath the VWAP, don't really like it. Spotify, a lot more expensive, but again, based on earnings this morning, moving up for a $200 stock, $240 it is now. 7% is a big deal. Moved up $17 since close of business, well, since the earnings came out, so $17. So big moves. Spotify. All right, 5 minutes till we get the algo scrum. What else do we see moving right now? Let's have a look at GRDI. No volume on it, but that's a mover. We do have an IPO due out today, which is LEGT or LEGTU. Lilly's got earnings today. Very expensive stock, does Lilly. I was thinking of putting Lilly in my longer portfolio, but it's very expensive. Eli Lilly, earnings again this morning, and good earnings. So it's moving up for a $700 stock to move 4-5%. That's good move. Currently nearly $30 up on the day. So that's Eli Lilly. What else? Moving up. Oh, supercomputer. Supermicro computing is this doesn't look like it's ever going to stop. It's been since when was it? The 19th of January. This has just gone from high to high to high. I mean, this was a $300 stock back in January. So it's now a $600 stock. It's doubled its value. It's doubled its price in a little over 2 weeks. So super micro computing. Hoping for a mover at 7 a.m, Mike? Don't you mean hoping for a mover at 8? We're 4 minutes to 8. We had the 7 o'clock mover. It was HSDT or Helios Medical. Some big movers, some big names today reporting earnings. So I mean, we have Hertz, the rent-a-car people. We've got Fiserv, the IT to the financial services company industry. Eli Lilly, I've just mentioned. Spotify, good earnings. BP, you know, bandit people. Then this evening we've got Snapchat. So you know, we've got Trivago, Western Union, Ford drop earnings this evening. There's a lot of earnings today. It's another big earnings day. A couple of hundred different companies dropping earnings today. So it's another big earnings day, and it may well continue to move the markets. Although we had a little bit of a the markets are pretty much flat on the day. We had a little bit of a consolidatory retracement yesterday. Not very big. Let's have a look on the daily. So we went up to these highs. Actually tapped this bullish channel that I drew last year, this time last year, whenever it was. We went up and we tapped the top of it. So that was on Friday last week. So yesterday, a bit of a retracement. That's healthy. That's no problem. And I said it was a little bit overbought up there, and a little bit concerned. It needs a pull. It needs a healthy pullback on the daily, maybe to the 9 or even possibly the 20 before a rally, even as far as 470 here, the median line. To stay in this bull market channel, you can't sustain the levels that it's up there. It does need to pull back, but this bull market channel is very strong. So it looks just break even at the moment. We may get a little bit more of a pullback today. After hours, it may go again. We'll see. So I think we're going to stay within this kind of 490, 495 range for a little while. And then break out. That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong. That's on the SPY, which is the Spider S&P 500 ETF by State Street, tracks the S&P 500. So yeah, very bullish market at the moment. I do like to trade the bull market. Hey Puno, how you doing, buddy? All right, no problem, mate. I got the world revolves around you, buddy. There's the algorithmic scrum. Yeah, no volume or range on that one. Caterpillar have earnings this morning as well. Hertz down. Nice one. You're up on Lily. Palantir moving again, or is that just the algo spikes at the moment? No, it's actually up there at 75, 1975. Palantir. You guys watching today? Xpeng. Spotify's up quite a lot actually. Pretty sure Spotify was like $40 last year. Let's have a quick look at Spotify. It's they have I must have missed. I thought Spotify was down at like $40 or something last year. I must have dreamt that. Lily. Big moves on Eli Lilly in terms of after hours, but also this morning it dipped. It's very typical a very typical liquidity grab on earnings. They moved in the opposite direction before the main big move. It's a very typical move, which is why you wait for the first couple of candles after earnings and the break of new highs or lows. But this is a big move. So yesterday, 706 was the closing price for Lilly. Already it's hit 744 this morning. Currently up at 739. Big moves. It is a strong stock. It's probably one of the few pharmaceuticals that I would say is worth holding. But that's just me. It's not financial advice. Don't put it in your portfolio unless you've done your own due diligence. Nvidia was over 700 this morning. So Nvidia went up to 709 this morning already. All-time highs. So Nvidia it's just not stopping. It's just that I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't buy just before earnings. Hey Alistair, how you doing? Deuce. You want to get another screen, buddy? Hey Mick, how you doing? Algo spikes. I hate trying to find a mover, trying to find some momentum to trade at this time of morning. 8 o'clock is the worst time because you get all these algo spikes that just throw your scanners right out. Makes no sense. Yeah, you've got to kind of discard the 8 o'clock algo spikes from your charts in terms of doing any kind of tech analysis. It just throws everything out. Horrible. Now, Hertz, I've not seen any. Let me have a quick look. Not seen the earnings yet. Okay, it's a EPS miss. Sales beat, EPS miss. So it's mixed earnings. Mixed earnings print. Sales beat, EPS miss. Yeah, they can change that with some cost reductions, okay. It's not all bad news, but it's not great news. There will be a conference. Watch for Hertz. 8:30 they have a conference call, so they may, because of the EPS miss, they may announce some cost savings or restructure or whatever it is, even layoffs, to bring the EPS up to expectation. In which case, you might see the needle move again. So yeah, 8:30 is when the conference call begins. So between 8:30 and 9, we might see some movement on Hertz. All indicators are trading indicators, mate. well, a lot of moving averages. The only thing that's not a moving, not a trailing indicator is the price indicator, because it's orders that potentially could. That's a bit weird. Lot of trading Palantir. Agrify. It's low price in I trade, but I know some people, probably the top upward stock right now. Going back a little bit. Let's have a look at fuel cell. No volume on it. Works sport, popped up and then drop, pop and drop. Been a lot of those lately. Oh, absolutely. Come on, mate. The majority of these stocks are garbage. Come on. Nvidia back over 700. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. It just keeps printing money. Nvidia. I can take a look at Caterpillar for you. So Caterpillar, yeah, on the daily, the Caterpillar, it's not much volume. It's not. Let's have a look at it on the hourly chart. It's probably a better one. Did it have earnings yesterday, Caterpillar? This big spike, but you got the 60-minute devil horns, hence the retracement. It's a good. I mean, I like Caterpillar as a company. If you look at this on the daily, it's a very strong daily chart. It's a very strong daily chart. Even the sell-off yesterday after the gap up, it's still a strong daily chart. If you're in profit, there's no harm in taking profits. And whatever you do, put a stop loss before you break even, so that you're definitely not going to, you get something out of the trade, whatever. Because if you swung it kind of for the earnings, I think it was was it yesterday? They had earnings, I think it was. But if you swung for the earnings, then it's best to take profit now. You take profit quick, particularly if you start selling off. You take profit quick around when it's most volatile. That's when you trade like a day trader. That's why us day traders, we look for volatile stocks. But if you're looking at these large caps, these S&P 500 large float, large cap stocks that normally are better suited for longer term investing or potentially swing trades, When it's volatile, that's when you look for those day trades with it. So the move up on earnings, great, but then you really want to kind of get out and take your profits while you can. These spikes, they throw it all out. These are the algo spikes. They just throw everything out. Oh, 6 cents on the spreads at the minute. That's a big sell-off pre-market there, MSD. Oh, sorry, Ricky. There's no volume until that one candle. Has there been announcements? Let's have a quick look at restorative, because it was a big movie yesterday. Let's see what's the news to make it sell off so on such little volume. There you go. Warrants, exercising warrants. So it's another way to dilute the float. That's why it's. How did I do yesterday? A little over 1,000 in profit yesterday, which is not bad. Like I said, we started with a 10K account. So we got up to $3,000. Well, actually, we got up to $4,000, over $4,000, and gave it all back. That was me being me. But I made that back, and I made a little over $1,000 yesterday. But restorative, so BRTX had a good few days. So Thursday, Friday, and yesterday, all green, but went up from where it is right now all the way up to like 360 something, and it's just exercised some warrants, which is causing it to vomit and sell off. So if you're holding back, sorry, it ain't coming back. $3 million. So it's not. I mean, it's a small float. It's only like less than 700,000 in the float. It's high relative volume today, but let's look at some of the balance sheet here. Total assets 8 million, cash 6.5 million. Total liabilities 5.8 million. Net income minus 3.6 million. Earnings per share minus $5.40. Terrible company. Terrible company. It will have its moments in the sunshine, and it will move up like it has done today, 30, 40, 50, 60%, and then it'll drop. I mean, it moved up from $7 to $9 back on the 22nd of December. And then it dropped to it was back down at $6.50 last week. So garbage companies. You don't want to get married to any of these companies when they have good volume, and this is the biggest volume day it's had in a long while. So it normally does about 7,000 shares traded on a daily basis, and we've done 2.5 million. So relatively speaking, do I think it will go? I do think it will go, but will it go right now? I'm not sure. I think maybe at the bell this will go. It's just looking at the volume, huge relative volume, 2.5 million shares traded versus a kind of a 7,000 share average over the last 3 months is phenomenal relative volume. So a lot of people are looking at Helios that would never look at it. So yeah, is it Do I think it might go a little bit more? Possibly. Wait for the right